So, you know those everyday aches and pains? The ones we just kind of live with? Well, today we're going to dig into how some ancient plant wisdom can really help us tackle them. We're talking about some seriously powerful herbal allies you can find. And hey, before we really dive in, just a quick note. If you want to go deeper on this stuff, 101herbalremedies.com is an awesome resource. They've got free guides you can download. All right, let's get into it. You know that feeling, right? That strained back after a day of yard work, or twisting an ankle on a hike. Ugh. Or maybe it's just those general aches and pains you get from, well, living. But what if I told you that the key to some real, powerful relief is literally growing right outside your door? All right, so today we are going to meet three amazing plant allies. And look, these plants have been used for centuries to soothe, to heal, to repair. And we're not just talking about old wives' tales here, okay? These are potent remedies that are just as relevant today as they were back then. So let's kick things off with a true legend in the plant world. Okay, first up, Comfrey. This plant has one of the coolest folk names I've ever heard in herbal medicine. It's called Knitbone. Yep, Knitbone. And for centuries, that's exactly what people believed it did. They trusted it to heal everything from broken bones and torn tissue to sprains and bruises. I mean, they thought it could literally knit your body back together. So you might be thinking, okay, that's a cool story, but what's the science here? Well, that's where it gets really interesting. Comfrey has this powerful compound in it called allantoin. And this isn't some kind of magic. Allantoin literally speeds up cell growth. It encourages your body's own cells to multiply and repair damaged tissue way faster than they normally would. And this is where the old wisdom totally lines up with modern science. For ages, people used it as a poultice, right? They'd mash it up and put it on the injury. Well, fast forward to today, and we have actual clinical trials, peer-reviewed ones, confirming that putting Comfrey on your skin significantly reduces pain and helps you move better with back injuries, ankle sprains, and even arthritis. It's pretty amazing. Okay, let's move on to our next plant ally, rosemary. And I know what you're thinking, that's for cooking, but it is so much more than just a kitchen herb. For example, many Native American tribes held this plant as sacred. They used it specifically for its powerful pain-relieving or analgesic properties to soothe aching joints. I mean, rosemary is a true multitasker when it comes to pain. It doesn't just numb the ache in your joints, it also helps with those tight muscle spasms. And this part is really crucial. It actually improves circulation to the area. So think about it. That helps flush out all the bad stuff, causing inflammation, and brings in the good stuff your body needs to heal. All right, our final plant has a history that is just fascinating. Meet Meadowsweet. Here's a fun fact. If you have ever taken an aspirin, you owe a little thank you to this plant. Why? Because it's the original source of salicylates, the exact compounds that scientists first used to create aspirin in a lab. But, and this is so important, it really shows the genius of using the whole plant. You know how aspirin can be really rough on your stomach? Well, here's the kicker. Herbalists traditionally used Meadowsweet to actually soothe stomach problems while it was relieving pain. The plant itself has other compounds that protect the stomach. It's a balanced package deal that you just don't get from the isolated drug. Okay, so we've met our amazing plant team. Now for the fun part. How do we actually use them? Well, let's get practical. I'm going to walk you through how to make a super simple, super effective, all-natural, soothing salve. And you can do this right in your own kitchen. Honestly, the process is way easier than you might think. Step 1, you're going to infuse an oil, like olive oil or coconut oil, with your dried herbs. You just warm it up gently for a few hours. Step 2, you strain all the plant bits out. Then you take that beautiful infused oil, warm it up again, and melt in some beeswax. That's what makes it a solid salve. And finally, you just pour it into some little tins or jars and let it cool. Seriously, that's it. Okay, hold on. Before you run off to make this, we need to talk about safety. This is super, super important. It's not enough to know what these plants can do. You have to know how to use them the right way. So let's cover a few absolutely critical points. First thing, and listen up, this is non-negotiable. Comfrey is for external use only. Let me say that again. Do not take it internally. It has compounds that can seriously damage your liver if you ingest it. Also, because it's so good at healing skin, you never want to put it on a deep puncture wound. Why? Because it can heal the top layer of skin so fast, it could actually trap an infection inside. And of course, the golden rule, always, always talk to your doctor or healthcare professional before you start using any new herbal remedy, especially if you're pregnant, nursing, or on any kind of medication. What these incredible plants really show us is the power of a balanced approach. When you use the whole herb, just like nature made it, you often get this complete synergistic effect. It's like with Meadowsweet, right? It relieves pain and protects the stomach. That's something you completely lose when you just pull out one singular chemical. Really, this is just scratching the surface of the amazing natural pharmacy that might be growing in your own backyard. We've just met three incredible plant helpers today. So the real question for you is, which one are you going to get to know first? And hey, if you want to keep this journey going, don't forget to pop over to 101herbalremedies.com. They've got more free guides and resources for you. Thanks so much for tuning in.